2K18 rebuild. I've already done my staff, and the team I am doing this one on is the Chicago Bulls. Recently, bought out Dwayne Wade, traded Jimmy Butler to the Timberwolves for Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn. I think there was a full first pick in there somewhere. I don't really know. Let Rondo walk. Traded Derrick Rose. Didn't sign back Noah. This team's kind of in full out rebuild mode right now. But we're going to try to make them into a championship team. We're going to try to win the title this year. Probably not going to happen. Maybe by the second year we can get it. But we're going to see what we can do. We're going to try to trade a lot of these players. I'm probably going to end up trading Zach LaVine, even though he is probably their best player. We're going to see what everyone's going to be able to get us in terms of trade talks. We're going to start with Zach LaVine. We're going to see what we can get for him. Okay, we can get Redick, we can get Middleton, J.R. Smith, and that's the Brooklyn Nets first pick, I believe. And our pick, top 3 protected. Not terrible, but I don't know. Whiteside. Nerlens Noel. Trey Lyles. Luke Kennard. Jonas Valanciunas. Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson. Tony Parker. I'm not seeing anything like amazing. The best trade I saw was probably to get Chris Middleton and Jason Terry for Diamond Stone and Zach LaVine. If that's even worth it, but I don't know. Alright, let's see if we could trade Zach LaVine, and let's try to throw in Denzel Valentine with him. Because Valentine's got some value. We can get Sarge and Redick. Schroeder and Collins. Whiteside with Todd Johnson. Elfrid Payton and Vucevic. Barnes. Rudy Gay and Tony Parker. Okay. I might get Dario Saric and Redick for LaVine and Valentine. I feel like that's a solid trade, but I'm gonna just see. Right, let me see if I throw a first round pick in there for next year. Like if I throw that in, maybe the trades will go up more. Like that's a nice trade. Barnes and Nerlens Noel I can do. I can get Eric Gordon and Clint Capella. I'm thinking either this one or this one. Barnes and Noel. Gordon and Capella. Gordon and Barnes. Well, Barnes is making a shit ton of money. And Gordon's making not too much, but he's got the 40 for 3 years. And then they're both on 1-year contracts. I'm gonna get Harrison Barnes and Nerlens Noel. I feel like that's a nice deal. So these are gonna be our 2 players as of right now. Mirotic, I'm gonna just trade him. I can't click on him for some reason. Trade Finder's glitching out. Alright, there we go. Let's see what we can do with Nikola Mirotic. Nothing popping out right now. John Simmons. Alright, let's try to package him up with someone too. Maybe we'll slap Chris Dunn in that trade. Chris Dunn's also got some value. Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson actually might be the trade I do. We'll look to the rest though. Okay. I'm going to get Larry Nance and Jordan Clarkson. Okay. I'm going to trade Robin Lopez. He probably doesn't have much value, so I'm going to slap Bobby Portis in there with him. We really need a starting shooting guard. Or point guard, we could slide Clarkson to the 2 maybe. I'm not sure if he can play the 2, but we'll see what we can get. Simmons, Augustine as a backup point guard's not bad. Kilpatrick. Jody Meeks. Alright, I'm gonna get this Jonathan Simmons and DJ Augustine. Alright, Lauri Markkanen, he was the person that they drafted, or I think he was traded to them on draft night. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But he's a rebounding, three-point shooting power forward. I don't really like the stretch players. They just, I don't know. They don't, I mean, for simulating, it's not terrible, but, like, I don't like playing with them just because it's annoying. That's just my opinion, though. Alright, well, how much value does he have alone? He's got 3-star value. So we could probably get, like, a better shooting guard if we wanted just for him. Like Eric Bledsoe, I might do. Okay, so let's see if we could throw him and a first-round pick for the 2021 season. Ricky Rubio, George Hill, and Buddy Hield. Not terrible. Trey Lyles and Emmanuel Mudiay. Valanciunas, Steven Adams, J.R. Smith. Okay. Let's get rid of the first-round pick. This guy's apparently supposed to be pretty good, but I don't see any stat that stand out. He's just a solid, well-rounded player, but let's see what him and Markkanen get us. Oh, he doesn't have much value. Okay. Let's still look, though. I can get Buddy Hield. Luke Kennard. Who's the shooting guard that I could have got before? It was just for him. I don't remember who it was, but it was Eric Bledsoe. He's not a shooting guard, but I might get Eric Bledsoe and play him at the shooting guard. Chandler's not bad to have off the bench. But there's no one like super good. So I'm gonna do this trade. I'm gonna get my boy Eric Bledsoe. And let's see. He's 6'1", Clarkson 6'5". So him at the shooting guard would make more sense. Okay, so this is a nice lineup right here. It's not the best. It's not terrible, though. We still got to make plays for the bench. Like our backup point guards, Jerry Grant and Cameron Payne. It's alright. Yeah, he's making a lot. And these play. Alright, Chandler, you're going to go. Honestly, I said you were a good backup, but you're making too much money to be a backup player. So I'm going to get. No, not Miles Plumlee. Costa Kufis is who I wanted to get. He's making 8, but it's only for a season. Okay, so Bledsoe, Barnes, Clarkson, Noel, and Nance Jr. We got Simmons, backup shooting guard. We're going to trade Justin Holiday, point guard, small forward. I'll slide Felicio to the power forward. He goes up a ratings. And then, yeah, we'll trade Justin Holiday and Paul Zipser. See what we can get for them too. We really need like a backup power forward. Oh no. Shooting guard, point guard, small forward, center, and power forward, these two. So, just throw somebody in there. I don't know. Anybody, really. Yeah, we'll take Aaron Baines in a first round pick. And then, Felicio can go up 2 ratings to power forward. And then, we'll release Diamond Stone. Go by rating. Okay. I want to see if I could sign Christopher Bosch. I'm 3 under the cap, so we can make a trade and see what we could sign. Alright, so these 3 are like our main players. So I'm thinking maybe we get rid of Costa Kufis. We don't even need to bring in a center, really. We'll just bring in this Damian Wilkins guy just to clear up the cap space. Because we got Aaron Baines. He's not the worst. Free agents. Chris Bosch. Yeah, we'll sign him for a season. Have the computer adjust the rotation real quick. But now, Chris Bosch will be starting at power forward. Nance will be backup. And Felicio we can trade away. Just clear up more cap space. We'll get Finney Smith. Perfect. We can actually release somebody, I think. We'll just get rid of this guy that we just traded for, honestly. Clear more cap. Okay, perfect. So we got Bledsoe, Clarkson, Barnes, Bosch, and Noel. Nance will get 21 minutes. Simmons 18. Baines 15. 12. 10. And then the rest of them get 0. Oh, we're actually only at 13 players. Alright, I'm going to have to get somebody else, but Noel can get up to 30. Bosch will give 33. Barnes is the player we want. That's a lot. Yeah, we'll go with that. And we're just going to sign a free agent. We'll just sign anyone. We'll just sign Meta World Peace, honestly. Actually, no. I'll sign Chris Anderson. And I'll just rotation myself. Chris Anderson instead of him, and then just swap them. He's not going to play, but he's just to fill that roster slot. Alright. And we are going to simulate the first season. This team went from being a playoff contender to being possibly the first pick in the draft within a season And that's honestly impressive. Like, I'm not saying impressive like good, I'm saying impressive like how they did that in a season is crazy. I mean, they weren't much of a playoff contender because they were the eighth seed, but they were playing the Celtics and they won the first two games. Rondo was killing it, and then Rondo went and got injured, and then they ended up losing. But like, that's crazy how they just went from being in the playoffs to being probably the worst team in the league. Like, in a season, that's crazy. That's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain like what to think about that. Like, I'm just turning these off because they're annoying me. Um, like it's just you've seen this team in the playoffs for the last 3, 4, 5, probably more years. Always being in the playoffs, always being in this contendership. Like they always had a chance. They never won, but they were always there. They had the chance. And now they're just nowhere to be seen because their best players are all gone. They traded Jimmy Butler for Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn. I don't even know what else. I think that's it. Like they might have thrown a first round pick in there. 2K doesn't have the first round pick in for them, so maybe they didn't trade their first round pick to them. I'm actually gonna look that up real quick. Like I don't know. That's kind of crazy. So I'm gonna see what that trade was. The Jimmy Butler trade. So they traded Jimmy Butler and the 16th pick for Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and the 7th pick, who they ended up drafting Lauri Markkanen with. They could have gotten so much more for Jimmy Butler and what he can do. But, like, them trading him to Minnesota without Minnesota having to give up Towns, Wiggins, even Rubio is crazy. Then they ended up trading Rubio, signing Jeff Teague, which I think Jeff Teague's better than Ricky Rubio. But Ricky Rubio might have fit that system better just because they have Wiggins got to score, Butler's going to score, Towns is going to score, and now they have Jeff Teague, who's a good scorer. Ricky Rubio is that pass first point guard. He could have probably helped that team better. I'm sorry, excuse me about that. Yeah, I feel like he would have fit that team better just based on his passing ability and the way he can move the ball around the court better than Jeff Teague can, and Jeff Teague needs to score. He wants to score the ball. Maybe he'll fit that team. Maybe they'll work him into passing the ball more. But then they also got Gorgie Dang. They got Taj Gibson they signed. They also signed Jamal Crawford. Like that team, just by trading those two players and that draft pick to the Chicago Bulls, made them from a bottom team in the West to a playoff contender in a season. It was like the opposite of what the Bulls did. Like it was that trade kind of like moved them from being in the bottom of the West to the playoffs and moved the Bulls from the playoffs to the bottom of the East. Like that's crazy. We managed to get the 5th seed. We could move up, we could go down. We have to beat the Pistons here if we want to stay in 5th though. But let's check out the player stats. Harrison Barnes, 15, 5 rebounds, an assist, a steal. Not bad. Bledsoe with 15, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Chris Bosh, 14, got 6 boards, an assist, a steal, and a block. Jordan Clarkson, 13, 3, 3, and a steal. Nerlens Noel with about only 8 points. So that's fine though. I don't mind having Nerlens Noel on the score on minimal points. Also getting 7 boards, a block, and a steal. Team played fairly well. Larry Nance played good off the bench. He got a steal. He's got some boards, some points, and just Simmons too. Not crazy, but you know, good team basketball, I guess. Similar to this last game against the Pistons, we do win. We stay in the 5th spot though. Chris Paul MVP, not something you see normally. Lonzo Ball, Rookie of the Year. Jeremy Lin, 6th man. Drummond's Defensive Player. CJ McCollum, Most Improved, is another one you don't see. And D'Antoni. So yeah, Chicago Bulls, probably nobody. Just because we don't have the best of players, but yeah. First round, we're playing the 76ers. We are going to beat them 4-1. Eric Bledsoe closeout game, 18 points and 12 assists. 17 for Barnes, 14 for Noel, with also, oh, I thought that was 3 blocks. It's actually 3 turnovers. Not great, but yeah, we beat them 4-1. Next game, we were playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I expected that. We do end up getting beaten. Jordan Clarkson went off with 19 points, 18 for Noel. Just wasn't enough to beat the King. But we're going to simulate the rest of the playoffs. Cleveland beats Toronto. And the Rockets beat Golden State. And MVP Chris Paul actually finishes with MVP for the finals after they beat the Cavaliers 4-2. So, yeah. That's going to be it for the first season. We're going to get into the second season, which will be the final season of this rebuild. And, you know, maybe could do something. We do have a draft pick. It's not going to be great. So I'm just go straight to the rookie signing. Reed Strawberry apparently got injured. But we have injuries off, so we ended up getting Lamar Peters with the 20th pick in the draft. He's a point guard, 72 rating. Yeah, I'm trying to see what he's like really good at, like a standout point. Trying to see if maybe it's his defense. He's fast with the ball. He's a very fast player. I think he's a very athletic player. Yeah, he's an athletic player. Trying to check his defense. It's not amazing either. We'll end up signing this guy just to have him fill that roster slot. Team player options. We're going to keep Larry Nance. We're going to get rid of Jerian Grant just because we signed that rookie. Cameron Payne will bring back just because he's not making that much. Actually, he's making more than Jerian Grant. I'll bring Jerian Grant back before I bring him back. Alright. Normal shit there. Let's check out the roster as of right now. So we don't have him. Alright, hold on. Let's go back to let's go into qualifying offers. We'll give both of them qualifying offers. Now let's check out the roster. Okay, so we have 3 point guards. We got our shooting guard and backup. We got the small forward. And we don't have a center or a power forward. So we're going to see what we could do in the free agency. So let's see if we could bring in DeMarcus Cousins. This is the most we can offer him. Okay. Now, if we can manage to get him, and we have bird rights on Nerlens Noel, we can bring both of them in. slide DeMarcus to the power forward, play them both as a combo. We'll see if we could do that. We do bring in DeMarcus Cousins, but it's going to bring us over the cap. So we're going to let go Chris Bosh. We're going to let go Quincy Pondexter. And we're going to see if we can sign him now. It's not going to happen. Okay. We'll do Cameron Payne's renounce rights. And we'll do Aaron Baines' renounce rights. We're not going to still get him. I think we're going to have to renounce Nerlens Noel's rights. And David Nwaba's. We're going to have to renounce everyone's rights just to sign DeMarcus Cousins. I really would have liked to sign Nerlens Noel back, but I'd rather have DeMarcus Cousins. Okay. So that means our power forward spot's going to be kind of weak because we're not going to be able to splash some cash down on players. But, like, as long as we can bring in a player who's going to do some stuff, let's check out some stats. I would like to sign Montrezl Harrell, but he's restricted. I'm going to bring in Amir Johnson if he's willing to get some low cash. Yeah, we'll sign Amir Johnson. We can't sign Amir Johnson. Alright, let's get past the moratorium. We brought in DeMarcus Cousins. Okay, so we need a backup power forward. We could start Larry Nance. Bring in a backup power forward, backup center, and then just some players that are not going to play. We'll be okay. So we'll bring in someone like Ekpe Udoh. Even if I offered Amir Johnson a minimum contract, I can't bring him in? Oh, now I can. Okay, whatever. So we have those two. Let's check out the roster now. So we have our bench players. We got a Johnson. We got Ekpe Udoh. So yeah, we need we need 4 more players that are just gonna be bench players, to be honest. So let's take a scout down here. We don't need a point guard because we already got 3. We're gonna bring back David Nwaba. Small forward. I'll sign Corey Brewer for a minimum contract. Oh no, I only needed 3 more players, so we'll sign Larry Sanders for a minimum contract as well. Corey Brewer and Larry Sanders, David Nwaba. Okay, perfect. So that should be our full roster right there, right? Yep, this is all 14 players. Perfect. Alright, so let's go to the training camps. I'm really happy that we actually managed to sign in not Brook Lopez. I saw Brook Lopez on the side signed with the Lakers. DeMarcus Cousins. Because we got DeMarcus now. We got Barnes now. Bledsoe. Like, we got a nice decent lineup. So we're going to go with perimeter defending. Send Eric Bledsoe to that. I'm going to do perimeter defending again. Jordan Clarkson. We're going to do big man defense now. I'm going to send Larry Nance to that. Okay. We're going to advance. Okay, now we're going to set up the lineups here. So Jonathan Simmons is going to be our 6th man with 21 points. 18 for Johnson, 15 for Grant, 12 for Finney Smith. Larry Sanders is our backup center, so 10 for him. Yeah, and then the rest of you are just not going to get any minutes. And we'll give these 11 minutes. We'll give up to 30 for him. We'll go up a little more for him. 30 for you. Yeah, we'll go with this. 34 for Bledsoe and Barnes, 36 for Cousins. And we are going to simulate the next season. This may be the year we can win this championship. because they've only won 6 championships, the Chicago Bulls, and they've all been with Michael Jordan. So if we can win the championship for the franchise that's only won with the best player ever, not in my opinion, I think LeBron James will be better than him. As of right now, I would say Michael Jordan is the best player. By the end of LeBron's career, he will be better. Yeah, but if we could win this championship, that'd be nice. DeMarcus Cousins is a huge signing. Rumor has that he is actually going to be signing with the Washington Wizards in the offseason, if they have the salary, the cap room. Imagine that team with Wall, Beal, and Cousins, and Otto Porter too, because he's played really well. Like, DeMarcus Cousins is a nice, solid center. A lot of people say he's the best center in the league. I personally disagree. I would say it's either Rudy Gobert or Karl-Anthony Towns. They're both better players than him, in my opinion. But yeah, we're right now first in the East, not by much, but we're still at the chance of winning the East Coast, Eastern Conference, not the Coast, because not all these teams play on the Coast. But yeah, hoping we can pull something through this year. That would be a huge signing if Chicago in real life actually managed to get Cousins. But yeah, as I heard, he might go to the Washington Wizards, reunite with his old teammate John Wall back in college. Or he might end up signing back with the Pelicans, but the Pelicans don't have much to offer. Like, it's just Anthony Davis there with Drew Holiday, who got overpaid, and yeah, like, they just have nothing going on over in the Pelicans. Like, they just have Anthony Davis and an overpaid center. Point guard. Yeah, this Bulls team, not the one I've made, but the one that they have right now, they're probably not going to be doing anything for a couple of years, just because they got no players, nothing great. They're going to have to rely on drafts and free agency and rebuilding for the next couple of years. So, we'll see how they can rebuild this team after a couple of years. But yeah, we're just waiting on this season to finish simulating, which is soon. We're already in the March area. We're right now second behind the Cleveland Cavaliers, who we've beaten a couple times this season. So if we end up versing them in the conference finals, I feel like we could take them out. They probably have the same roster or a similar roster than they did. Magic are actually in the playoffs this year, which is a little shocking. So are the Nets. Wow. A lot of teams that you don't normally see are in the playoffs. Okay, so we managed to get the third spot right now. We could follow the... Alright, we have to win to be ahead of the Sixers still. And if we win, we might overtake the Raptors, but let's check out the player stats real quick. DeMarcus Cousins with 18 points, 9 boards, and a block and a steal. Bledsoe with 16. He also got 5 assists and a steal. 14 for Barnes with 4 boards, an assist, and a steal. Clarkson with 13, about 2.5 boards and 2.5 assists with a steal. Nice solid play from bench players. Larry Nance didn't do much as a starter. He still got some nice points just for starting, and he also put up the defense, and you got some boards. Solid play from him too. But yeah, let's finish this season off strong. Beat the Pistons. We stay in the third spot. Russell Westbrook MVP. Luka Doncic Rookie of the Year, which could happen. D'Angelo Russell, sixth man. I don't know who they're starting, but they must have signed someone like Isaiah Thomas maybe. Rudy Gobert, defensive player. Jared Sullinger, most improved. And D'Antoni, Coach of the Year again. Chicago Bulls, we actually have no one, not even DeMarcus Cousins did make a team. But yeah, the first round we are playing the Boston Celtics. And we beat them 4-1, and we were playing Toronto in the next round. Harrison Barnes closed out game with 27 and 14 rebounds. 14 for Clarkson, 10 and 10 for Bledsoe, 10 for Johnson off the bench. Good play. Next round we're playing the Toronto Raptors. And we beat them 4-1. DeMar DeRozan, 31 for them, 25 and 12 for Lowry, and 10 and 15. That's an upsetting loss for them, I think. Cousins put up 29 and 14, 21 for Bledsoe, 14 for Barnes. We only beat them by 4 points this game, so yeah. Alright, next round we were playing Milwaukee, who actually managed to beat the Sixers and Cleveland. So we may not beat this team, but also in the West Coast, you got the 3rd and 4th seed. Golden State got eliminated by the Jazz, and then they lost to Sacramento, who I don't know who they have, but they're in the playoffs. Pretty deep in the playoffs, actually. Let's simulate this round. We won 4-1 to the Chicago Bulls. Marcus Cousins, 26 and 11 closeout game, 25 for Bledsoe with 9 rebounds for Bledsoe also. Nance, 13 and 8. Barnes, 10 and 3. Not great, but 10 for Simmons off the bench. We are playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. They actually signed Brandon Knight. But besides that, they signed Trevor Booker and Cephalosha. Besides that, their roster is pretty much the same. Well, let's simulate game by game. First game, Chicago. Second game, Minnesota. Third game, Chicago. Fourth game, Chicago. Fifth game, Minnesota. Sixth game, Chicago. We have won the championship in the second season. Chicago Bulls final MVP, DeMarcus Cousins. He's averaging 22 and 10 with a steal and a block. Alright, everybody, thanks for watching this Chicago Bulls 2K18 rebuild. We managed to actually win a championship in this one. Check out the other videos on the channel. We've done a bunch of other teams at this point. I think 7 or 8 other teams we've done. This might be the 9th one we've done so far. But yeah, check those out. Like the video, subscribe if you want to check out more of these. And yeah, thanks for watching.